Here are my 3 favorite tips for getting out of a book slump from someone who is currently in a book slump. Tip number 1 is to actually stop reading. Maybe you want to catch up on a favorite TV show, or maybe you want to catch up on your favorite YouTuber or something, but spend your time doing other things you love instead of forcing yourself to read. That usually helps me get more in the mood to actually pick up a book. The next tip I have is to reread a favorite book. Sometimes reading something that is familiar to me is exactly what I need versus trying to read something that I've never read before, especially if my reading slump is due to being in a busy season. Sometimes I just don't have the brain capacity to learn a new story. Reading something I'm familiar with and already love is a great option. The third tip I have is to change up the genre. If you're somebody that reads all the same genre, like if you love romance and all you read is romance, or you love historical fiction and all you read is historical fiction, change up the genre. Read a different genre that might add something unique to your reading palette, and maybe find a book that is sort of genre bending. So if you love historical fiction, maybe find something that's like a historical romance or something like that to change it up a little bit. As a bonus, I have 3 specific book suggestions for you that you might love if you are currently in a book slump. I think that anybody could read these and find something that they love from them. The first one is The Rose Code by Kate Quinn. This is a historical fiction, but it is extremely fast-paced, sort of has mystery elements, and so if you want to be kind of on your toes and you want to feel like you're flying through the pages, this is a great option. But it's also educational and it's fun to learn about the time that this is written about. The second option is Dark Matter by Blake Crouch. This is a sci-fi thriller, not sci-fi as in like you don't have to be a scholar to understand this. Anybody can understand this, but Blake Crouch writes books where you're kind of just thrown directly into the chaos of things. And so it starts out with crazy things happening and you just have to learn along with the main character what's going on, because nobody knows what's going on. And I think I read this in one sitting. It was such a good book. Third book suggestion is Funny Story by Emily Henry. Now, I am very picky when it comes to romance books. Emily Henry is an author that I will always read because she writes more women's fiction. However, this one leans a little bit more on the rom-com side, and I was actually laughing out loud as I was reading this book. I loved this. I think this would be a super fun, kind of fluffy, like palette cleanser type of a book, but also has substance at the same time. Let me know if you have any favorite suggestions for getting out of a reading slump.